This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
Hello guys, we're in London. First stop is probably the prettiest place in London. It's just so majestic. This is Tower Bridge. I have a very, very fun fact for you about Tower Bridge. So in 1952, there's this bus driver called Gunter. He was driving the 78 bus towards Shoreditch. He was having a grand time going about his day. He's on the bridge and he realizes that it's about to open. So the bridge basically opens this way. And so his fight or flight reaction was to accelerate. And he jumped over the gap. Everyone was safe, 20 passengers on the bus. Pretty funny, and it's never happened again since. This is the first sunny weekend in months. London is packed, which that's the case kind of most of the time. So I thought we should all witness me wearing sunglasses for the first time in 3 months. Are we ready? I'm gonna cry. I've put my sunglasses away for now because I have to show you my work in progress that I'll be taking around the city today. I've been into designing my own pieces so much lately. I'm even wearing my own design. This is a Suki cardigan, and I'll leave the patterns to everything in the description. But right now, I'm designing a hood in a beautiful floral-looking stitch in the best yarn I've ever used in my life. This is hand-dyed yarn from Camel's Yarn. It's the BFL in the colorway Flora Day. And I got the sock set, so it came with a little mini skein in a solid color. Just an array of pinks, blues, and yellows, and I'm holding it with a pink mohair. Let me show you what it looks like so far. Do we see where it's going? So anyways, this is my work in progress.
Outside looking in, I really wasn't sure what I was getting. Between the high waves on the sea, waiting for something to get to me. I wasn't sure what I was.
We're heading to Borough Market in London Bridge because I'm so hungry. I've not had breakfast yet. We might have a little brunch. We'll see. We'll scout it. It's going to be so packed. We found a friend that would like to be in our YouTube video. Friend, what's your name? How are you doing today? It's a good sunny day today. Thank you so much. Have a good day. We walked to St. Paul's because Borough Market was impossible. There were so many people we could barely walk, so we ended up having a little sandwich from Pret and walking here. But what I did manage to get at Borough Market is some fudge, which is a typical British sweet delicacy. I got it in 2 flavors, toffee and creamy. This tastes like those toffee sweets that I had in Paris. You know the mou? Different texture, but the flavor it's the same. It's very good. Hi pigeons. Let's try the creamy. Milk. Mmm. Something amazing just happened. I walked into a poet that you can hire. This man just writing poems on his typewriter, and you can just give him a topic and he'll write a poem on the spot for you. And guess what I had him talk about? Knitting. He just handed me the poem and I have not read it yet, so I wanted to read it together and just react. I'm so excited. Knitting. Once she began, she could not stop. The skein seemed never-ending, so that what began as a scarf became a jersey. What became a jersey became a tent, and the tent became a home. And the home became a knitted city. And still her fingers clicked, still manipulated the needles, and the wool did not run out, could not be exhausted. It wrapped itself around her and contained her. It became, why am I crying? It became the arch of infinite space, and the stars pierced it, and stuffed it and punctured it. Once she began, she could not rest. She realized she was responsible now for creation itself, the never-ending process of becoming. I'm so happy with my knitting poem. I'm going to frame it and put it on my wall. And I'm crying. Wow, I'm so happy we got to do that.
Where did the time go? How do we move so far away? Holding on, how much can we both take when love is an echo? I can't hear what you're saying when love is an echo. I can't hear what you're saying. Strong lessons run brighter, that makes us two fighters. And what I'm asking tonight is, could we get back to where we started?
Hi. I feel like we're up close and personal. We're at St. James's Park. We found a bench, which was very lucky, and I'm working on my little hood. Talk through my experience designing this so far. One of the most recent issues I had, the back of the head was too pointy. I looked like a pixie, so I had to unravel a few centimeters to establish more frequent decreases. Another issue that I encountered is that when I learned the stitch, I only learned it slanting in one direction. I had to figure out a way for the stitch to slant in the other direction. So as you can see at the back of the head, they join in a V formation. I really like the look of that. I've done so much unraveling with this hood, especially when I started it, because I started it top down, but then I noticed that the stitch didn't really look like much of a flower top down. So I had to start it bottom up. It's been kind of a whirlwind, and I'm currently knitting the double knitted button band that frames the face, and then I'll start some double knitting that will then be attached onto the neck opening, and that will be tied up in a little, well, kind of a big bow actually. I've made this whole thing with 100 grams of fingering hand-dyed yarn, and this is how much I've got left. So I do really like the idea that this would be a 100 skein project. I'm quite sure I'll be able to do the whole thing without cracking into a new skein. I can't remember if I mentioned it, but I'm using the Hobby Friends Kid Silk in this cute pink. But yeah, this is where we're at.
A significant light, just where it was needed, gleamed in black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces
I'm just wrapping up some work on this fine Saturday, which I think makes it the perfect opportunity to start our London yarn crawl today. I'll be going to 6 yarn shops in this video, and I thought today I should start safe with my favorite yarn shop, which is Beautiful Knitters. One can never go wrong with Beautiful Knitters. Last time I was there, I eyed up this project bag, and I think today might be the day it comes back home with me. These last couple hours I've been working on my Woozy by Céline website, so I thought I'd talk about that a little. So the platform I use to build my website is Squarespace, which I'm very happy to be partnering up with for this video. Squarespace is essentially an all-in-one website platform for creatives to stand out online. I don't have any knowledge on coding or website building, so Squarespace just makes the process absolutely foolproof and easy for me to navigate. The vision I have for my website is to create a hub where I collect all of my content, all of the information about the knits that I'm working on, my knitting patterns for sale, and then other exclusive bits. Thanks to its many features, building a website has become an extremely minimal effort job for me, and with Squarespace's cutting-edge design, I've got layout templates upon layout templates to choose from as well. Squarespace also has the online store feature, which for me is useful to activate the sales of my knitting patterns, but you could be selling anything, whether that's physical or digital products. Squarespace will offer an easy and safe platform to control online payments, inventory, fulfillment, and shipping. If you are interested in building a Squarespace website, you can head to squarespace.com to start a free trial, and then once you're ready to launch your site, you can go to squarespace.com/woozybyceline and use my code woozybyceline to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And with that being said, are you ready to begin our yarn crawl? I have just finished work a little bit earlier than I was anticipating, so I thought, let me pay a visit to a yarn shop. I was thinking knit with attitude because I've not been in 3 years. How is everyone doing? We're gonna have a marvelous day 3 to this little London yarn crawl that I'm filming for this video. I just got off the tube and now I'm walking towards Fabrications, which is located in Broadway Market next to London Fields. I will probably have lunch and then hop on a bus towards Clapton to go visit Wild and Woolly.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone.
Mission complete. I've been to Wild and Woolly and I got my goodies. This reminded me that I have not yet shown you what I got from the other 2 yarn shops so far. So let's run through that now. From Beautiful Knitters, I got this project bag. This is by the Blue Rabbit House. It's handmade. It's got 2 cute otters on it, just existing together and being super adorable. And when I saw it, I genuinely screamed. It's so beautiful and well made. It's got really sturdy drawstrings. There's nothing worse than a drawstring that stretches and flops over time, so these look like they're going to wear really well. From Knit With Attitude, I only got one thing, which was this yarn shop passport. It collates a bunch of yarn shops across the UK and you can go and get it stamped if you visit the shop and buy something from them. So one of the shops in here is actually Wild and Woolly, and since I bought something from there today, I got a stamp. Let me show you what got me this stamp. I soon want to cast on skirt number 1 by My Favorite Things. I just don't have a mohair to hold with it, so that's what I got today. I picked up 2 skeins of the Gepard Kids Seta in the shade 608. This one is a mid-toned grey with a slight purple undertone. This is 70% mohair and 30% silk. While I was browsing the shop, I came across this little display of these adorable row counters. I actually bought 2. And I'm going to show both of them to my mom. She might want both for different projects that she's got going on at the same time. I'll definitely give her one and make her pick the color. You just press here and I don't know, they're so cute and funky. I assume this is so that you can have it hanging from somewhere. But anyways, I got the yellow one and the chrome one. Last but not least, I got some buttons from someone that I've been following on Instagram for a while and I've been meaning to eventually get some of her buttons. So when I saw them at the shop, I just had to. This is them. They're from Pigeon Wishes buttons. She hand makes them with resin. I got the pearly white colorful ones. They're called Pain Terrace. The diameter is 20 millimeters and how many do we have in there? It's 10 buttons in one baggie, so I can definitely use them across 2 projects at least. And that was all I got from Wild and Woolly.
cansei de te chamar pra tu sair de casa, mas você só continua com essa enrolação. Já cansei de te chamar pra tu sair de casa, você só continua com essa enrolação. Eu já limpei e arrumei o que você pediu, enquanto você tinha outra coisa que arrumar. E mesmo assim te esperando você não saiu. Falou que falta eu botar água pra esquentar. Eu já cansei de te chamar pra tu sair de casa, mas você só continua com essa enrolação. Eu já cansei de te chamar pra tu sair de casa, mas você só continua com essa enrolação. Depois faltou cozinha, banho, roupa e bilhete. Parece sempre que arruma coisa pra fazer. Já te falei que compromisso não pode esperar, mas você sempre arruma coisa pra se...
This is 100% the best view I've ever seen in the 6-7 years of living in London. It's shocking. This is probably like a 2 to 3 minute walk from the Knit With Me store here in Richmond. I've just come out of it with a little yarn haul, so I thought I would show you what I got. I know summer's literally around the corner, so I shouldn't really be thinking about winter. But in the shop they had a little sample of a hot water bottle cover, and I just got inspired. So I got some yarn to design my own this coming winter. It's yarn that I've never tried before. It is the Lore Wool as Story, which is 100% Kent lamb's wool, sourced and produced in England by the Fibre Co. So I got 4 skeins of 25 grams. This is 62 meters DK yarn, so recommended gauge is 21 stitches, and I got it in the shade Gentle and Serene. We are sat at Richmond Green and it's definitely time for dessert, so we paid our favorite Paul a visit. We tried this in my last vlog and we loved it so much we thought we'd have it again. We're actually in company. I have a little audience right now. So we have 4 different pastries to try, so let's dig in and see what we got. First one is an apple tartlet. She's looking gorgeous. Look at those layers. Look at those thin, crispy apple slices. I'm the biggest fan of strawberries, so I had to get a strawberry tartlet. This is my favorite type of cake. Then Mr. Woozy loved his last one so much, he just got a repeat, which is the lemon tartlet. Finally, a gorgeous praline eclair. I've got some hazelnuts, whipped cream, absolutely stunning. I'm gonna taste test Mr. Woozy's and mine. The short crust pastry is nice and soft, but not soggy. Cheers. Cheers. The short crust on this one is crispier, but really fresh. And our friends are playing cricket behind us. Look at this riverside, guys. Isn't it just stunning? I swear, why don't I come to Richmond more often? I just remembered that in the beginning of this video, I was working on my Evie hood, my own design of that little pink hood. I'm filming this exact footage a couple months later. And in the meantime, I finished that hood and I released the pattern, so I brought it with me. Although the weather is so not appropriate for it, I still thought I'd show it to you. It's funny that I'm about to put a hood on and it's 20 degrees Celsius. Here it is. Little 360. Look at these colors, but I love it. This is my Evie hood. I'll put the link down below in case you're interested. And now I'm going to show you what I have brought on today's little trip, what I'm currently working on, and what I knitted on the train. So this is my whip. It is the Sweetheart Sweater by Kutova. Mine looks a little bit different because I've implemented quite significant modifications. The main one being the ease. 0, if not negative positive ease, so it's quite tight fitting. I'm not doing any rib anywhere, so I went straight into the lace. Went for my staple bell sleeve that I love so much. It's just my thing. It's just my vibe. Now we're gonna head towards Richmond Park and hopefully we'll see some deer.
Maybe that could happen when you're next to me. I just wanna see the same things you can see.
Happy Sunday! We are heading to have a Sunday roast because let's be honest, if you're anywhere in the UK on a Sunday, you gotta have a Sunday roast. So we are at the Duke Organic in Angel. We've never been here before, but I want to head to Loop as the last stop of this London yarn crawl. So we found the Duke Organic, and I think we're going to go for the chicken roast. I wanted to do a little water taste test. So I come from Italy, and when you go out at a restaurant, you never have tap water. The only option is just normal bottled water. So I wanted to ask you guys if where you grew up in, or in the country that you live in, is tap water a thing? And that being said, I will taste this tap water to see how it is. This one, out of all tap waters I've tried, is actually not too bad. You can tell it's tap water, but it's quite okay. So that's pretty good. The roast is here. Meat is very flavorful. Let's try the potatoes. I think I require a little bit more salt. Finally, the Yorkshire pudding. Fluffy, soft, subdued. Buon appetito. So we've given it a think for like 5 minutes. It was good. Our bellies are filled up, but we will try out new places. Anyways, now we walk to Camden Passage where Loop Yarn Shop is. But before we head in there, I'm in the mood for a cookie. I've been watching all of those crumble cookie mukbangs on TikTok, and I've been wanting a cookie. So I'm gonna have a cookie. I've secured my cookie. It's massive. I've never had anything like this before. We got it at Crumb. These are actually vegan, so I'm very curious to try. They warmed it up for me. Look how chunky it is. Let's go. That's outrageous. Texture's stunning. It would be really good even if it weren't warm, because it'd be particularly chewy. So this is satisfying all my cookie desires. Oh yeah, it's really good. Yeah, that's great. You have made it to the end of my Knitter in London video. Of course, this is the city I live in, so there is a lot to show, and I wouldn't be surprised if one day I came out with a Knitter in London part 2 for the series. I guess we'll see. In the meantime, I still like to put bits of London here and there in my normal vlogs, so you can stay tuned for those as well. I really hope you enjoyed exploring some parts of the city with me. Of course, I'd love to hear all about your London recommendations and favorite spots. I'd also love to know, where would you see me travel to next for this series? What are some good knitty destinations? Of course, let me know what's currently on your needles. What have you been working on while watching? I thank you so much for sticking till the end of this video. I really appreciate your company. I will leave my Instagram on screen in case you'd like to follow my creations more in real time and hang out on there. I will say bye for now, and I hope to see you in my next video.